How come rich people just don't take over? They have taken over, just not in the way most people want. They have taken over. They pay for lobbyists and public relations to promote their agenda. They donate to political parties to have their president elected. They give kickbacks to lawmakers to get their way. This is partly what the 1% is about. You don't get rich by being altruistic in the first place. The same reason not a single billionaire has become Batman. They look down on poors. Why would they? They live great lives. The system works for them. Why would they want to make changes? The world as it is working out just fine for them. Capitalism creates billionaires. The rich got rich by exploiting poor people and continue to do so. Who's gonna go out to work and build their mansions, curate their lawns, etc. if they don't need the money, job? By keeping poor people poor, you insensitivize them to work for you and keep them desperate. If they're focusing on putting food on the table, they're not focusing on how one person currently owns more than 100k people will earn in a lifetime. On top of that, you might get one crazy billionaire who wants to do what you're saying. One isn't enough. You need loads of them to have any real impact. Good luck convincing them all. Then once things are great, you've got a prime opening for someone to tip that balance for their own agenda, and the cycle starts all over again. They already have? Bribing the people in charge is easier. They get none of the blame and they don't have to help homeless people. Good sir, society is the way it is now precisely because the rich took over and have been in charge since the days of Jesus. It is not as simple as throwing some money at the problem. To really end homelessness, you would need to remove the main causes: drugs, alcohol, mental illness, gambling, generally people making bad life decisions. The rich have already taken over. Imbalances such as homelessness or world hunger are byproducts of the system that allows the wealthy to keep prospering. I don't believe for one second that just throwing money at those problems will solve them. If you want to solve homelessness, you need to provide a social safety net and help people to take care of their mental health. If you want to solve world hunger, you have to stop buying overseas natural resources and labor on the cheap. That means you as a consumer have to be willing to cut down your consumption by 5. I think you're thinking about becoming billionaire level rich as if it's something that just suddenly happens. In reality, if you're someone whose top priority is anything but making money for themselves, you'll never become a billionaire in the first place. In order to keep trying to get richer when you have more money than you could spend in your whole life, you need to be wired to accumulate wealth above all else. They have. Billionaires literally can't exist without a vast quantity of people to exploit to get them to this obscene level of wealth. Things are working exactly as they need to in order to make this wealth disparity happen. So why would they take any effort to change it? Money works different. It's not that rich people have billions of dollars in their bank accounts. That would be inefficient. They focus on growing their investments, companies, etc. You could say their money is tied up. Rich people will make strategic investments in politics, lobbies, influencers. This way they can influence the environment to their desire, which is pretty powerful and could be considered taking over. Some rich people donate to charities. Some own their own charities. Bill and Melinda Gates. However, the tax laws give you breaks for donating money to charity, aka in most cases donations have to do with the tax law. 2 things to consider. 1. Rich people are not rich because they give their money away or spend it on stuff. Look at all the lottery winners that are broke. First thing is to buy that boat. Money works different. Rich people are educated in how money works. Investments, cooperations, tax system, etc. They will use their knowledge to multiply their money instead of spending it on shiny things. 2. We have 8 billion people on this planet. If everyone would give $10, we could do most of the things you listed. Truth is, not a lot of normal people care. Why would the rich care? Why don't you and me care more? This is a cultural thing. On average, we just care less about people that we are not directly related to or we don't know at all. There are other points already made, and made well. But don't forget that e.g. Elon Musk may have a current net worth of around 250 billion. It's not like those are liquid assets. The guy couldn't just go and give 100 billion away because he'd have to sell large amounts of stock to liquidify that sum, and that would have huge consequences. Personally, I think the top richest people could find a way if they wanted. But for that I refer to other comments here. Billionaires don't have billions in cash. They have stock and properties. Selling would impact the price of the stock they hold. For starters. Then if you have unlimited money to house homeless, and let's imagine we are able to house them, they have underlying issues too and would need to invest in reinsertion programs and rehab. If they don't have money, the houses won't be properly maintained, so the governor has to do routine work on the properties too. Solving world hunger is a very complex issue. I have worked with NGO that do work on areas with a lot of hunger and malnourished kids, and it's something systematic that can't be solved with money. You can't just go to a very corrupt country and build water pipes, schools, employ professors in remote areas, build hospitals, etc. They won't allow you to do that stuff because it's supposed to be their responsibility. They will only allow you to things like if you bribe them or allow them to say they did it and your organization had nothing to do with it. Had seen both scenarios in first hand. An NGO won't accept those terms, obviously. So yeah, I hope billionaires donated more money and did good things, but world hunger is a beast not able to be defeated only with money. The rich are in charge, and this is exactly how they went things. Dude, they have taken over. If you put all the sheep in cages, they will revolt. If you put the sheep in a large pretty cage, they will think they are free and stay. It's not simply throwing money into the problem to solve it. Even if the rich did throw their money to solve the issue, it's going to be short-term at most. Let's say they give out enough money for everyone to get a home and live without worries. This will also drive up demand for daily goods like food and drinks. At the very least, problem is the agricultural and livestock industry doesn't have enough resources, supply nor manpower to feed everyone with the current human population. The shortage will drive prices of goods to increase whether you like it or not. It's going to be the same whatever political climate a country is at. As to why is simple. Because if the food supply runs out because everyone is buying it and the rich dies, we lose the people handing out all these money. As inflation goes out of control, these people who doesn't have the means to make their own income will have to sell their property to individuals that have the means just to get money for food. Now here's the kicker. The super rich people already gave out their money, which contributed to this problem in the first place. So now they have lesser money, even if they manage to get their initial face value money back. Inflation means that the cost to house everyone goes up again, so they won't have enough money to house everyone. That's how the current economy of the world is right now. So to actually solve this issue, we also have to solve a lot of underlying issues such as the world food supply issue. In case you think going vegan will solve this problem, don't forget that the nutrition in the soil is also limited. Clearing more forest to plant more food just means we'll use up the nutrition from the soil way faster than it takes to replenish it. So we might even have lesser food when that happens. So yeah, the problem is a lot wider than most people thought.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.